Hey y'all, it's your girl Kels. As always, we're going to start with the scripture. Today I have Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed from lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I also reject you as my priest. Because you have ignored the law of your God, I also will ignore your children. So this scripture is telling us how important it is, how knowledge is important. And throughout the word, you will hear the prophets speak about ignorance, and the Lord will call people ignorant because they lack understanding. And I'm not talking about regular understanding, I'm talking about understanding of God. And so this scripture is telling you that you are destroyed when you don't know the knowledge that you need to know about God, because after all, He is the source of life. So you must have knowledge of Him, and in order to even know Him in the first place, you have to read and hear His word, because that's how you learn who He is and how His character is and how He wants us to be. And so the next scripture I have is Romans 10:17, and it says, so faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. So you must hear the word of Christ in order to know Him, because otherwise, how would you know anything about Him if you didn't know anything about Him? That's like any other relationship that you might go through. You have to learn about that person in order to know how they are. So I want everybody to understand that knowledge is important. A lot of times you can have knowledge but don't have the wisdom, and wisdom is just as important, because you can get a lot of information but then you don't know what to do with the information. So that's where wisdom come in, and wisdom help you to decipher the knowledge and truly understand it. So, and then I have another one, 2 John 1:9. Everyone who goes on ahead and does not abide in the teaching of Christ does not have God. Whoever abides in the teaching has both the Father and the Son. It's very important. You have to have the Word, because He is the Word. That's why I said in the beginning, the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He is the Word. So you must take Him, because that's how you know His character, who He is, what He wants you to do. So, but I want to talk about another thing, how we learn. We also learn through trials and tribulations, because a lot of times, a lot of people don't read. Some people don't read. They don't even, they don't like reading. So it's like, what other tool can be used to teach this person so that they will not be ignorant? So a lot of times we go through trials and tribulations, or things that are meant to teach us, because like I said, that's another mean of being taught. People call it life lessons. They be taught life lessons. It's not always through reading. So the Lord will use life lessons to teach us also. And an example of that, I'm gonna say, like, you started a business, but you didn't know how to or where to start, so and you never really studied it, but you just decided which that's not smart. And I don't recommend that, because anything you want to do, you really want to study before you do it. But a lot of times, some things cannot be studied. You just have to do it in order to learn. So one instance, like, you could be going through, let's say, an eviction, but you know nothing about it, or what you're supposed to do, and and sometimes just going through the lesson actually is what's teaching you, or teaching you what you should do and how you should handle the situation. And trying something for the first time, if it don't work out, or if it failed, it still is a lesson that you can learn from and pull some from, and maybe try again and do it a different way. So let life lessons teach us also. So yeah, that's the lesson today. Pretty short, but we're gonna see what we're gonna do next time. And I want to welcome y'all to my channel, and thank you and be blessed. Goodbye.